Thank you so much for the introduction. Thanks for the warm welcome. Hopefully you guys can all hear and see me okay. Please someone shout if you can't. So you know a bit about who I am now that you got the introduction. If you guys head over to that LinkedIn poll, it's just a little poll asking what you think the failure rate of transformations are. I was certainly surprised when I learned about it. I can't see the results or anything. Let me actually click the link myself. So yeah, what percentage of agile transformations do you think fail? 20, 42, 61, 64. So you can have a couple clicks, see what it is.
We will read the result. I will read the results at the end as well, what we do have there.
Okay, well, people might be a bit, might spoil the surprise because my first slide actually gives the answer away, but no problem at all. But what I'll do is I'll share my screen so you can actually see my presentation. Can you guys see my screen? Not that one.
No, we cannot.
Interesting. Okay, this might be difficult if you can't see my screen. Let me try that again. Apparently, I need to quit Zoom to enable the sharing permission for some reason, even though I use Zoom all the time. So apologies for the disruption. I just have to quickly restart Zoom in order to be able to share my screen. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, back in action. Hopefully you guys can now see my screen. Yeah? I sincerely hope this works. Could someone confirm that they can see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Awesome. Okay, good. Apologies for the delay. Okay, so I'm an Agile coach. I'm a delivery specialist. I've been doing Agile for about a decade now. I've worked in various industries. Worked on some really interesting transformations, which is why I wanted to talk about it a bit today. And essentially what I've noticed is that Agile transformations shouldn't and aren't mostly about Agile. And I think there's a lot of resistance to change that we encounter, and how we confront that resistance can be one of the most important success factors of how a transformation goes. So I'm spoiling the surprise for the poll. 74% of Agile transformations fail, according to a McKinsey survey a good few years ago now. I don't think that number is 100% accurate. Obviously, it's just according to a McKinsey survey. But what I get from that is that a hell of a lot of them fail. Let's just say more than half, if we were to hazard a guess. Now, why do we think that is? There's the top reasons cited here, according to the survey, was resistance to change, lack of senior buy-in, Agile is at odds with organizational culture. You might hear these thrown around quite a lot. So, do we think Agile transformations fail because Agile or agility is tough? Maybe sometimes, but according to this and according to my experience, failure isn't always about Agile itself. It's about the change that people go through, and knowing that is a great first step. Knowing that it's not just about Agile itself, it's not just about the frameworks and how well you use Scrum or SAFe that can play a pivotal role in your transformation. It's about the transition and the change that individuals and people go through. So knowing that, what's your plan to deal with it? Knowing that this could be potentially the biggest failure rate in a transformation, what's the plan to deal with it? I think we should all have one. And I think, a bad implementation of Scrum or a poor implementation of Safe or less is relatively easy to spot. If your sprints are 3 months and you're not delivering any value continuously or incrementally, it's fairly easy to spot that, right? But resistance to change and lack of buy-in is a bit less visible and potentially a lot more deadly. So I'm just gonna give a short talk to give you guys some tips and ideas about how you can spot these things, and give you some models that you can use to maybe help manage them and overcome them.